Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hope you're doing all right. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday, the 20th of March. My gosh, another month coming and going. We are, 31 days in March? We got 11 to go. And then we are through quarter one, or the first part of H1. If you catch what we do here, we talk in the H's. Shout out to you guys for being here. GM, GE, GA, GN. You might be getting ready to go to bed. I don't know. But I hope everybody is doing well. You had a wonderful day. Let's see. Desert, the mafia leader himself, is in the house. My guy. I got to go back. And watch the clip. Man. Well, I hope everybody is doing well. Let's see. Let's really quick, guys, make sure first we're going to take care of some business in order of importance. So, number one, thank you for being here. Number two, make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure if you are watching on X, you smash the heart. It's not a like button, traditionally. It's a heart. You can smash that thing. We used to say don't break a heart. I don't give a shit. Break the heart. Do what you got to do. Just as long as you turn that thing pink. And we'll show you, man. I'll show you. We could definitely do that. It's been a while, to be perfectly honest with you, since we've done a little tutorial. I'll do this thing right off the rip. So shout out to everybody that is here. Now, here, this is how this works. So there you go. So you're watching. You're like, damn, that's pretty cool. Turn your phone. Boom. You see that down there, how that just went bloop, pink. And then you just go, boom. You're back in action, full screen. There it is. All right. That's how you like a video on X. In case you guys didn't know, because I know that the YouTube people do not need an explanation because they are so good at it. Like, I don't want to say good to a fault, but good to a fault because they're so good. What do we got here now? Next order of business here. This is the order, remember, the Order of the Moose or whatever our fraternity name is here. We've got the Blocky Crypto picking up the gold today. Jake the Crypto Snack here even though he's here just for the CA. If you don't know what that is, that's industry term for contract address. He's typically just here for the but now he's here for the CA, so he wants the alpha. Things are changing. I like where we're headed, Jake. He picks up the silver, and my guy, Mike Lowry, picking up the bronze. And fourth is the worst. Mash that like, Meg. Appreciate you. Fourth is the best. Fourth is actually the new first. So exactly what Jake said. So shout out to everybody that is here. Thank you guys so much. I definitely appreciate you all. And also, one thing I don't know why I was just going to tell you, we almost were late because I was going to go live and then realized I didn't have the pizza sign on, so I had to get it. But it didn't really cost us a whole lot of time, maybe a little bit. I think we got started about 4:01. So, all right. So I'm not going to be able to see it. Dang, let's go. McClintock 77. My guy, appreciate you. XRP Army, build it. Let's get it. I think we're going to have a really good year. I think it's going to be a big year. Obviously, I've got a big bet, $10 by Christmas. Should be a slam in the dunk. Slamming the dunk is what's going to happen on that. I would say, so we're already a quarter there, right? We're at 250. So we just got to go a few more. And listen, we've got a few weeks. Obviously, we'll look at some charts later. And I feel like, a lot of things still kind of pointing down. I actually put out a tweet a little bit ago about ONDO. And I did have to say, let me see if I can pull this up. I did say, this is not FUD, because I did want to say that where I see a lot of some of this going, if we are going to be doing some trades, we do have a new exchange partner coming on. Very excited to announce that. Probably gonna do that tomorrow, and I do something a little bit more formal. So that coming up. So we're going to be doing a little bit more with it, and it would be great to, we're going to be studying these charts like a hawk. And it'll be fun to get some of the people from the community involved as well. I know that there's some opportunity to do some live trading and all that kind of stuff, and some activities that we can do on the show as a collaboration, which would be fun. But the whole idea of, I want to catch this thing, man. And if we are going to see some of these assets go a little bit further down, would be great to catch a bottom and then hit that thing for me. I would be too antsy. I got PTSD, man. I've been around here too long. I know that those scam wicks come for no reason, and they will come find you. They will come find you. And so I like to get in and out, but at some point I will do one of those low leverage longs that you could sit in for a month or maybe even longer, and one of those ones that are like fun to show off. I've never had the patience to be able to do that. Patience is another thing. It not only is it the PTSD of knowing that the market could just drop at any moment, and you just never know where it's going to go. And stop losses, I get it. Like if you're trying to scalp trade, if you're trying to swing trade, if you're trying to day trade, whatever you're trying to do, like stop losses make a whole lot of sense. But when you need to let the market breathe a little bit because you're setting it, forgetting it kind of thing, unless you just like catch it on a wick and it rips, you got to let the markets breathe. And those stop losses, man, I feel like you get hunted on those things really easily. Like if you got a tight stop on a long-term trade, you're gonna get wicked out. It's just what happens. So it's all just part of the strategy, I suppose. But Crypto Billy, my guy in the house, let's go. Not funny, man. My ninja fourth, let's go. Stop losses are for scared money. And what do we say about scared money? Scared money don't make no money. Scared money don't make no money. No, we are getting close to the season of scared money don't make no money. Poor Julie, no sound. What happened? Julie, is she live without? Oh man, that happens. You guys know that happens to me all the time. That's sometimes a quick fix, sometimes it is a detriment to your stream. Shout out to Julie and the crew. Hope all goes well. All right, let's do this. Let's switch our focus. Was there any other things house cleaning that we had to talk about? No, I don't think so. Here we go. Let's bring it on over here. So we are going to show this tab and coin market cap. And we got this thing right here. We've got our markets down just a little bit, 1.4%. Volume down almost 10% today. Dominance here on the CMC still sitting at 60.5. ETH at 8.5, just a little bit over. Gwei, man, 0.44. I tell you what, it's really interesting how not interesting. It totally makes sense. But in the morning, like, when we talk about this with AJ on his show, it definitely is much higher. It was single digits, but not below 1. And so now we are back in the afternoon. Activity is chilled out. It's 4 o'clock. We're back to 40.44. So very interesting. Fear and greed up to 31 today. All right, we're slowly creeping. I love looking at this altcoin season thing now. I think this is a great thing to look at here when we're looking at coin market cap. It does show us a nice indicator of everything. It's almost like when we look at the others chart. But what I really like is this, and I was actually talking to someone about this today, about what do you if you're going to be buying say $500 a week or a month, whatever your DCA metric and volume is, what would you do? And my thing that I'd said here, look, this is a really good indicator of what you should be in right now. And we know that its bull run is based around Bitcoin and it's institutional, but there's some other interests and some other things are happening. And yes, you look over the last 90 days, you got the top 100 coins performance over the last 90 days. You got some up here that are 500, 100, whatever. These are all dog shit coins. Like, no one's actually investing in these. These are all money makers. The one, we got BitGet. That's okay. You've got some tokens that are fine, right? Especially as they get lower to the middle here. XRP up 7% over the last 90 days. That is great. Like some of these are absolutely fine. Some of the, this is bullshit, but whatever. Bitcoin down 13.15%. So like that is typically more generally speaking the safer asset, because look, you got the only thing that's really outperformed it that are top coins that we recognize, right? Litecoin, BNB, Tron, Pancake Swap, XDC, right? KuCoin shares, XRP, Monero, BitGet. Really, that's it, right? Trump, who gives a shit? That's a meme coin, and that thing was anyway. But look, the whole idea of to answer that person's question that reached out to me, if you've got a fixed amount to spend and you have to be really picky and you are a set it and forget it kind of person, I would say, if you're not worried about X's, if you're more just long term, just wanted to preserve your value, I mean, the answer right there is Bitcoin. That is something that we have actually. So when I first saw this page on CoinMarketCap a couple weeks ago, Bitcoin, I think at that point was down 16%. And really the only coin that most of us would recognize was XRP, and that was down 5%. And rest of it was littered with, just a bunch of dog shit coins that didn't really matter. I some of them, like the exchange tokens, you get like fees and all that kind of shit taken off if you trade or whatever. But at the end of the day, those aren't really the ones that people are investing into to hit the home runs or for your long term. And not in my opinion, at least. But that, I mean, you see down here, like, we've got over the last 90 days, man. Later, homies. You see over the last 90 days, a lot of the favorite coins, a lot of the coins that we all know down massive double digits, 40%. You got ETH down 43%. ETH is down 43% over the last 90 days. That's crazy, right? What else we got down? Some of, or even worse, coins that we know. You got Render down 55%, Jasmy down 60% almost, IMX. Somebody had asked over on AJ's stream this morning what I thought about IMX. And here's the deal. I think as far as gaming goes, it's a great pick. I think that they will do very well. They'll have a good bull run, but gaming is not the narrative right now. And so I would hold off and stick with the more narrative driven stuff and utility driven stuff than pure speculation, because right now I mean, again, the rising tide floats all boats, and so we'll see that happen. But how is it going to outperform? What's the narrative of gaming doesn't even have a front row seat to the action. So WIF down 75%. I once thought that WIF was going to be the performer, the one that performs for all memes when we get back to, really the hype-driven part of the cycle, the parabolic phase, if you will. And I think I've sort of since want to recant all that and really reevaluate and see, one, we're seeing a lot of the Solana network activity has gone way down, and I think the ecosystem is healing. It's doing that to itself. It needs to. It kind of got out of control and it got sloppy, right? Two, there's a little bit more dilution now in the entire meme coin ecosystem than originally when you were thinking about this. And so I don't feel like it's the front line, the first line of defense when it comes to meme coin exposure to people when retail piles in. I feel like there'll be just so many different options that it doesn't really quite make sense anymore. And so my once opinion of WIF going to be a over performer, one of the market leading performers, specifically for meme coins, I'm going to have to say probably not anymore. And I'm out of WIF, and I have been for a while, but you see this, and this, it could be the biggest mistake of all time, right? Let's click into it and see here. Dog WIF hat coming in at 48, almost 49 cents, market cap 488 million. You've got a supply just under 1 billion. It is 90% down from its all-time high, up from its all-time low 20 million% or something like that. 2 million%, 2 million. That's the shit that gets people like insane and not able to really comprehend, like, one, like how you could make as much money, or like the value. It's funny, you see the memes where people are like, man, I don't have any problem spending $1,000 or $2,000 on an NFT, but $50 at the grocery store is like, what? No, it's for real. Like, it's funny how it'll change you. All right. Let's go back and let's take a look. We kind of sidetracked a little bit. We need to get back to where we were focused. And that is with the top 10. Let's bring it in here. 84,000. Let's refresh just to make sure. 84,213 coming in. It is down almost 2% today. Bitcoin is, but still up almost 5% in the week. You got ETH under 2,000, man. I'm feeling much better now. I wasn't worried, and I told you guys yesterday I wasn't worried, but when I swapped all my ETH, it was at like 18 it was a bit about 1900, right? It was like right around 1900. And so, but it had shot up, almost immediately that next day to what did it go up to? Um, let's go to the 7 day because it was this pop here, 2062. And I know AJ had told me, we were looking at this on the charts, and there was a level like if it had gotten above it, like it probably was going to continue on going. But it looked like, I would say, if we could look on TradingView later, maybe there's a wick or something where it hit and then got rejected and sent back down because thankfully, I'm still, the value is not much different. So I'm not down, but I don't think that Ethereum is done losing, to be honest with you. I don't think that at all. So, all right, you got XRP coming at 244. It was nice to see that back up to like 255. Down a little bit, but still up almost 9% on the week, down almost 3% on the day, though. You got BNB 626, up almost 2%, almost 9% for the week there. And then you got Solana at number 6, 127. Man, I tell you what, this is a good time for us to do this. Let's see here. Because now we've got, I forgot to tell you guys. I forgot to tell you. Let me go full screen here. I forgot to tell you that I created another line in this kind of portfolio here for, our Ethereum versus Solana challenge, which is the USDC. So I tapped out at 8,500, right? So 84.98, right, is what it shows here. And so the Ethereum value is $7,378. The Solana value is 69. This was originally $10,000 worth of Solana was swapped over to Ethereum, and then shit started to drop. And I got out of Ethereum exactly when I was about 8,500, so down about 15%, right? And then it is down tremendously more if it was if we would have stayed in. And again, I think things are on the way down still. So here's all the numbers for you can see that 22,000. Pay no attention to that. It's just adding up all this stuff. So those are all the different values if you guys care. Follow along for my journey of how I preserve some value of the portfolio just a little bit instead of getting turbo wrecked like all of us everywhere else did. Unless you tapped out, man. You get shot on you. I know we did, man. So shout on you. Ninja Forbes says IMX also Alluvium. Yeah, Alluvium's a big game, but remember, I mean, who the fuck is talking about it? For at one point, it was massive. Gaming was massive. Alluvium was massive. You had all sorts of games that were way more popular. The narrative was way stronger, and that kind of went away. And so when that comes back, we're back in business. But I would stick to something more narrative driven for the moment. That is just that's just like, how does he say that? It's that's just like your opinion, man. From The Big Lebowski. Great movie. All right. Let's look at our losers on the day. Anything actually up massively that we want to take a look at? Nope. Losers, biggest losers. Curve, no. Hyperliquid, some people are into it. Immutable, maybe that's why people are asking, is this the time to get into it? At 56 cents, yeah, man, this thing was like ripping and roaring up at like 350 for a while. So that is a steal of a deal for when that thing does kick off, because it has, when it was sold to me overall, the potential is $100 token. Let's see if that's correct. Let's see. It's 2 billion is the max supply. We got just about most of it out. You got a little bit still hanging out. So you got 88% of it out, as you can see right there. The all-time high chart. These are one of those things, man. They look juicy, right? The all-time looks terrible, but that just means when this thing does come back, when Immutable has its time. And I could be wrong. Maybe it's just I'm totally out of the algorithm. And please, guys, if I am ever wrong and I'm saying something, you're like, yo, dipshit, like you're fucking speaking out of your ass. Maybe I'm just completely out. Like, I know I still get updates on X from gamers and gaming people and all that stuff. So I see stuff. But if I've totally missed the ball on Immutable, please let me know. But I haven't seen a lick of anything about this that is worth noting, or else we would talk about it. I do like to talk about, gaming stuff. I do research that to talk about, usually in our third kind of like flex article, right? The easy one. the easier one. All right, that is immutable there on the losers. Yeah, why not? Pick it up, man. If you're interested, if you liked gaming, if you thought, well, shit, 56 cents, man, give it to me. It is. I mean, it's up 10% on the week, but still down 7% in the last 24 hours. So there you go. Pie, man, where's this thing coming in at totally? We got to look at our daily pie. It was, there we go, number 19. So it's still dropping. I think it was the first time we saw it drop was 15 and then 17. And now it is number 19. So dropping like a rock. Like a rock. I sold all my pie like a rock. I didn't get any pie. I didn't do any of that. I couldn't even imagine mining something for 6 fucking years with like literally no value to it. Like I just would not hang on. That's just me though. I'm too impatient. I can't even stay in a trade for more than a couple hours. Like there ain't no way I'm mining something for 6 years with no return. You guys are better than me. Shout out to you. And for that, make sure you smash the like button. Do it to yourself. I mean, do it for yourself. It's like a pat on the back. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Really nothing. I mean, these aren't big enough gain or big enough losses to really worry about a whole lot. Just single digits. What do we got here? Oh yeah, definitely Blocky. I'm gonna try. So tomorrow, my whole idea, the plan is to try to catch it on the after AJ's tomorrow. I will definitely be trying to catch a stream tomorrow, my guy. Staking might be good for IMX and Illuvium. Interesting. All right, I don't hate that idea if there's some good staking. Illuvium, I know, was a token that fucking ripped like to the couple hundred, right? I don't know where it is now, and it has definitely been way up. Let's take a look. ILV. We know the ticker. 383 is the ranking. So it's $81 million market cap. It is got. Let's go to the all-time chart. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. What do we think about that? What do you think about that? Does that tell the story? Does that tell the narrative of gaming? Or does this tell the narrative of where this is going? I mean, I wouldn't say that that's a dinosaur tale, but that's about as dinosaur tale as it gets. It was nice to see a little bit of a rumbling here in 2024. So that would let me know that there's interest, but a lot more of the coins that saw like the interest. Now, this is insane to think that, okay, so I said a couple hundred, but 1672. What is the actual all-time high? 2868. There's only 8.9 million available. Circulating is only 5.63. As bad as it looks per the price. I would say even if it got up to like 100 and even it got up to like the 2024 highs, like $120, man, that's a nice little come up. That's almost a 10x, right? $144 would be a 10x, and you'd be pretty damn close. And you probably, I mean, if you were to zoom, maybe, all right, let's just zoom in on this really quick. Or let's add it to, let's do this. ILV. Let's look on. Do they have it on Phoenix? They sure do. There you go. All right, so we have got it opened up to Illuvium for when the time is right. When we get over to TradingView. All right, that is it for Coin Market Cap. That's it for all we got for our ups. Who's up today? Who's down today? Guys, smash the like button. Thank you. I got totally, it was in another mind frame for the second there, thinking about the Illuvium thing over on TradingView. So my bad. Kind of spaced out for a second there. But here we go. Let's look at some news. It's time for some headlines here. Let's bring this back. Let's share this one. XRP just hit a major milestone with the first regulated future. Right here, you could see that it was with Bitnomio. Bitnomio is a U.S.-based digital asset derivatives exchange. They've launched the first ever U.S. commodity or the CFTC-regulated futures contract for XRP. This was live today. I actually even brought this up. So look, we are on the Bitnomio page. The XRP US dollar Myra futures. Unfortunately, there is no information quite yet. But remember, it is just go live today. So maybe everything gets settled this evening. And then back, if we look at some of their other products right here, they've got a Bitcoin US dollar futures, liquidity bid. You got their open interest 1.9 million. So, all right. Here's some of the other things they got: USDC, Polkadot, Hedera, Cardano, XRP, Solana, Litecoin, Chainlink. So Bitnomio. Now it's not one of your major firms, right? So that's why it's it's not a grayscale or whatever. But hey, it is what it is, man. It'd be great to see this thing. We'll keep track of this thing. We'll see what this looks like over time. Here we go. Now it's got some information. All right. Let's just hit refresh again. Just that's crazy. Now we got some info on it. So it's like the price has gone up 251-ish. No. So that's the futures curve. Let's get it. I don't think 251. All right, maybe I don't understand this. Maybe we'll have I will take a look at this again. My gosh. But here it is. All right. That is back here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So this marks the first ever CFTC regulated XRP futures product in the United States. It provides traders with a compliant, transparent, and capital efficient way to gain exposure to XRP. There you go. Along with the product launch, Bitnomio voluntarily dismissed their lawsuit against the U.S. SEC, which filed initially in October of 2024. The company said about that is that they wanted to voluntarily dismiss it. They said something about it? I know that I had read. They basically said, like, in the idea of moving everything forward, like it makes more sense to close this thing up. So the lawsuit questioned whether Bitnomio's XRP futures should be classified as security futures contracts. And with the SEC's evolving stance on crypto assets providing greater clarity, Bitnomio decided to withdraw the case, emphasizing the importance of regulatory certainty for fostering innovation in digital asset markets. And so I think in favor of making the ecosystem better, they said, fuck it, let's roll. Fuck it, we ball, is what they said. Bitnomio's physically settled future insured contracts are delivered in actual XRP upon settlement, distinguishing from cash settled alternatives that do not have direct interaction with the underlying asset. That's great. Here's a quote from the CEO, Luke. He said, "This structure enhances market integrity and strengthens price discovery by tying derivatives trading directly to XRP's supply and demand dynamics." There you go. Thanks, CEO Luke. All right, man, I like that. And so from there, we did look at the we'll just refresh this one more time in case they got any more info out here. Still no data on the volume or open interest, but all right. It's live, baby. XRP futures, the Myra futures. All right, here's our next article that I wanted to go through. Is actually that was the wrong tab. Crypto exchange Kraken is going to buy Ninja Trader for $1.5 billion. So here we go. We've got Ninja Trader. They are a futures platform that we have got. I got that pulled up here so we can take a look at the platform, or at least their website, and see what that looks like. Man, the site is glitchy as fuck with all these ads. Let's see. Kraken, one of the world's largest crypto exchanges, said on Thursday it would buy retail's future trading platform Ninja Trader for $1.5 billion in a deal that would allow it to expand into multiple asset classes and grow its user base. Everybody sees where this shit's going, man. They do have crypto on it already. I mean, if you see, so here, pop over to the Ninja Trader page right here. You can see you can, ninjatrader.com is their site. But if you go to, was it futures? Yeah, right over here. You can go to cryptocurrency futures. Right now, it looks like they just have Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? And so I would assume that, as all of these things start to evolve, whatever you can get on Kraken, I would hope, or as the future, whatever, as the futures contracts roll out, you can put them there on Ninja Trader as well. I would assume. So here we go. Why trade cryptocurrency futures? Well, here we go. Here are the benefits. According to NinjaTrader, here are the top 5 reasons why you should be trading cryptocurrency futures. Transactions occur at a highly regulated US-based exchange that matches and guarantees transactions. 2, the ability to go long or short easily virtually 24 hours a day. Number 3, instant transactions with lower and predictable costs. Number 4, opportunity to hedge active holdings of actual cryptocurrencies. And number 5, there's no need for a digital wallet or concerns about potential loss from hackers. Yeah, but when it's time to get your coins off the exchange, make sure you do that because not your keys, not your cheese. Remember that. But these centralized exchanges are absolutely necessary for a lot of the things that we do. Don't get me wrong. Just remember. All right. All right, all right, all right. That is the NinjaTrader. This was the Kraken website. I don't know, just in case anybody's never seen the Kraken website. I looked at it today. It's been a while. It's probably been, I don't even know how many years since I looked at the Kraken website. So I figured today's the day that we're looking at websites. We're pulling up all the stops. We're pulling them all. Here we go. Why Kraken? Here we go. You guys want the top 6 reasons why Kraken? Smash the like button. Maybe you'll get it some other time. All right, here you go. There is Kraken. All right, here is the last article that I got for you today, and then we are going to get over to some charts. Or maybe I have 2. Oh no! I want to go through this, and I want to go through something else because I got an idea, and I think this would be fun. All right. Kathy Wood plans to bring ARK Invest funds on chain. Love to see this. So we have got the ARK Invest CEO, Kathy Wood. She is eager to bring some of the firm's investment funds onto the blockchain, believing tokenization will revolutionize financial markets. And we know that it's going to. The writing is on the wall what's happening here. We know the power of tokenization, baby. So speaking at the summit that is happening in New York, where we saw Trump speak earlier, Kathy Wood emphasized the transformative power of tokenization. We feel like tokenization is going to be big. I would like to say, so Kathy, it's great that you say that we feel like tokenization is going to be big. I'm going to step you one further and say, I know tokenization is going to be massive. What do you guys think? Smash the like button. +1 in the chat if you guys think, yeah, the pick from 1970. Yep. Yeah, Kathy Wood. She was a smoke show back in the day. Yeah, y'all are wild. All right, let's see. Wood's push for blockchain adoption aligns with ARK Invest's broader strategy of backing disruptive innovations, including crypto, artificial intelligence, and fintech. And the longtime advocate of decentralization and alternative financial systems, she sees these technologies as fundamental to shaping the future economy. I mean, that's why most of us are in this space because we all see it, right? Especially if you get the chance to have a platform, or you talk about it, or you tell your friends about it. Even if it is you're telling the people that you work with, whatever it is, that's your platform. It is absolutely the future. We've seen it. You've heard me talk about it. I have said going to the Bitcoin conference since I think 2018. I got into the space in 2017. The first one I went to was 2018. I'm fairly confident of. Or 2019, depending. Sure, if it was anyway, I'll have to take a look. But the whole idea of the first couple years of going to these conferences, this was a movement, man. Like, this was still a movement. It was starting to shift, and you could tell. And 2017 was the tail end, but the whole idea of watching the movement shift into the industry, and that happened around like 2020, 2021, like in that era, where you saw this thing really shift over to the industry, where you started to see the institutional interest really take over. Now they weren't allowed to do their things, which they are now, right? Which that when we reversed the whole kind of thought process of how the mass adoption was coming, where it was going to be institutional, governmental, and then retail, where the institutions wanted it and they were playing with it, but they had to wait, right? And so now that we're seeing it play out, where the government is saying, yeah, we're in, pack it up, roll it, let's go. That is what we saw come first. Institutions are like, all right, giddy up, let's roll. And then I think once we get a little bit later down the year, once we pack up to a little bit more regulation, and we pack up a little bit more structure to some things, and boom, later in the year, let's say Q3, H2, depending when you look at it. So The whole idea of we've gone from this industry, or excuse me, we've gone from this movement to an industry to now something that is totally part of the absolute financial ecosystem on a global scale. I'll tell you what, you talk about shaping future economies. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Anything else on that? I think so. I think that's done. All right. There, that is it. That's all of our articles for the day. Appreciate you guys. Make sure that you smash the like button. That mini ticker, if you just Google search, and I always do the wrong shoulder. It's funny. If you just Google search like crypto LED ticker, it'll bring you up something to Etsy. That's the one. The specific one. I think it's just called crypto ticker, but I had gotten it at the ONDO summit in New York. So, all right, but that's you can find them if you just Google search crypto LED ticker. But they are super cool. It's funny. Like I gotta find a way. We actually have to close my office door at night because I just keep it on. But it is at night. It is so fucking bright that like if I don't close my office door, our bedroom, which is like down the hall, but the light just hits it just right to where like it'll just shine into our room and like light it up like a auditorium. It's crazy. So we got to close this door. It's super bright. I got to figure out maybe put on a sleep mode if there's a thing, but it's super cool. I want actually, so I do want to upgrade because I would like mine to have more. I had gone to see my cousin and my brother in New York after the Ondo summit. We all hung out in New York City. Got a chance to see a bunch of people there. But at my cousin's house, he has a ticker and the his had crypto. It had sports scores. It had news headlines. I thought that was like really freaking dope. And so I would like to at some point upgrade mine. And when I do that, I will do a community giveaway, and someone who is part of the community will have it. Do we have basements in Georgia? Some houses do. So it's crazy. That's like the number one thing that I missed so freaking much when I lived in Texas. So we lived in Texas for a decade, and you don't get basements in Texas. And so when we came here, we got a house, and I didn't know that there were, because I at this point kind of forgot about them because I grew up in Chicago and we had basements, and to me that's like the greatest space in the world because it's like free square footage, right? And it'd be great to have a studio and all that stuff. But so the first house we moved into, we didn't do it, and then the way that it worked out, we did not get another house with a basement. But moving forward, because we're just renting right now, we're waiting for interest rates to go down, do all that kind of stuff, kind of figure out, is this where we're going to stay, all that stuff, which I think we might actually. I do like this area. But the whole idea of next house, 100%, 100% going to have a basement. Absolutely. Corey, you're funny. Basements are like that's the jam, man. Especially to put like for me to put a studio down there, to have like a playroom, to take like a lot of the toys that like my daughter has in her room, put down there, and have like a play space down there. Like that is great. I know that you got like other worries, and you got like damp and sometimes potential like water damage or whatever that you got to worry about. I know that like that's like something you have to worry about like when you have a basement, but when you don't have a basement, you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff because you don't have like a sump pump or whatever it is. At least whatever we had in Chicago. I don't know. Store sausages and hot dogs in them. Yeah, you could, man. Like that's the thing. We'd have like a whole like I probably have like some. Oh, I saw a video recently of maybe you guys saw it too. It was like a mold aged tuna, and this dude made like a bunch of tuna dishes like after he cut like the furry mold off the tuna and like, ugh, buh, no. No, dude, if it grows mold on it, it's not good anymore. And I know that sausage and meat and like dry cured and all that stuff will sometimes you'll get like mold on it and stuff like whatever, but like moldy tuna, no thank you. No thank you. No thank you. Smash the like if you do not like moldy tuna. Ooh. Ooh. Man, oh man. All right. Here we go. Oh. Before we get into the old section of the show that we'd like to call I'm working on the title. You guys tell me no. Let me know what you think. I'm trying to think like, do we like the wicks and sticks thing? Because that's when we start looking at all the charts. We draw our lines. We do all that stuff. We look at the meme coins. We can look at Dex tools today. I don't have it open. None of the ones that we got listed were in the green, so it didn't make sense to look at it. But if you got some other ones that we should look at, make sure you drop that into the chat. Make sure you smash the like, and let's go. Really quick, I do have to say hello to our. Oh, Dad, how about this one? There it is. All right, here is the next thing I want. Before we get into the charts, I forgot I want to talk about this. This is something that you guys, someone in the community had brought up to me. Was the Alvara, and it is a really interesting concept to me, right? You know, you talk about index funds and the ability to have these here for crypto. Is that this is one that we can create. We could create our own basket of funds. Here you go. You create a multi-asset basket, and you get TVL, you get a manager, and all that stuff. Let's take a look at. Is this a good one? I guess Bull Run Ready. Bull Run Ready. All-time performance is up about 3,000%. Like, this is really interesting, right? Like, these are the coins that are in here. Alva. So that's the token for the platform. Okay. M87, Berry, Apes, Peas, OF, Bubsy. That's interesting. Okay. 7 assets, good distribution. That's really interesting. Activity 54. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's check another one. Let's see. What is this? Kala, Nagra, Risky, BTS. Okay. All-time performance up 546%. Assets under management 100 ETH. Okay. So they got Alva, Apes, Peas, Bubsy, Fetch. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder what are the why I've never. Do you get only specific choices that you can put on, or can you make them your own? Like, why is nobody doing like Solana? All right, let's see this person's down 68%. USDT, Bubsy, Cat. Okay, take Caspa. Okay, so there's like some other normal coins starting to show up. Let's look at some more of these. This is really interesting. I'm definitely interested in starting one of these. I'd be interested to know if anybody would want to participate in that. We'd have like a whole conversation about it. We could token gate it, do all sorts of stuff. Okay, here we go. Here's one that has some other. Here's AVAX in this one, 20% AVAX. This one is 80% all-time performance. You got 16 ETH assets under management. This is very interesting to me. I'm a big fan of this. Eddie Gems. Eddie Gems down 50%. What does Eddie Gems got? Alva, Pal, Sand, man. We were looking at that recently. Can they nick your funds crypto? Crazy. Yeah, sounds good, but how does it work? That's what I'm thinking. So I actually sent them a DM just recently this afternoon. I don't know if they've gotten back to me or we'll wait a couple days or whatever. But the whole idea of I want to learn more about this platform. Same thing. I want to do an interview. I want to have them on. I want to learn more, and then potentially launch one of these and do this with kind of the voice of the community, something that we do together. Like fuck launching a coin. And we joked about doing the booby coin in the morning show community for a while. We put something in the Telegram, and we're shelving that, man. We're not going to touch that, and we don't want to do a coin. But what if we did a fund? What if we did one of these, a tokenized basket? Really interesting. I would want to see exactly a little bit more. I'm going to be doing a little bit more research about it. If anybody's interested and wants to do some research independently, and then let's start like a conversation, I'm all for that. Like, this is something I'm serious about starting one of these. And so, if anybody wants to be a part of it, or how we want to structure it or what we're going to do. Let's figure it out. But I think this is a pretty good fucking idea. And I really think that, you could probably interest a lot of people with some different ways to get exposure to, whether we find different aspects of the market or whatever. Definitely something I want to do. So let's chat. If you guys want to be a part of that, if you are part of the Telegram or the X chat, let me know. If you want to drop me a DM, you can most certainly do that. And if you need an email jchains@proton.me. All right. Let's go over to, here's the Illuvium chart. This is the first one we said we were going to look at here. This is on the 4-hour. Let's go to the daily. Let's zoom this sucker out. See, what has this thing been doing? What has this thing been doing? Had a very similar year to everything else. Had a nice November into the early part of December. Did 120%, and then lost it all, and then some. This thing is down 80% from all-time, or not from all-time high, from the local high in December. Almost a double top there, but definitely was coming down the hill for quite some time here. I tell you what, man, until there's a long way for this thing to go for it to come back. There's a long way from the top if you want to rock and roll. Whoa. Is that the words? Something like that? Yes. Degen Brian. The whole idea is you build a basket and hope people invest in your basket choice. And that's why, like, the whole idea is like, let's do this. If this is something that, we all kind of like the idea, we come together on what we want to put in there. Like, sure, motherfucker, we're going to put ONDO in. I get that. And then, like, say Mike, Modern Canadian, I'm not going to say a DAO, but, the people that want to at least form the beginning part of it, who want to have the say of what goes in it, because it doesn't need to be just me. But we can go. Let's see. All right. So that's the Illuvium chart. I would say, man, what we are starting to potentially see is one of these. You know what that means. So be patient. Round and bottoms pay the bills. If this is close to the bottom, this would be the time to scoop before the thing starts to zoop, zoop, zoop. Round and bottoms pay the bills. That's what it looks like it's starting to do. Let's, what we do. This was it. This green line right there. That's where we talked about this on the show. And so we're going to add this into our charts so that we can see this thing like down the road and see, like, all right, did we, if we got in, did we get in at the right time? If we held off, did it continue to go down? It does look like it's going to start rounding up, man. At least optics of what this is. You're flattened out here, so it's not going to go down anymore. I mean, it could, right? But if it's going to be a rounded bottom, pay the bills, build a cup and handle kind of a thing, like, it needs to start going up. So, all right, let's go to ONDO, because I had tweeted something about this, and whoa, jeepers. I laugh, like, when I see AJ do that, and I just laugh because I was just like, thank God, because I do that shit, and it doesn't make me mad because I see everybody else does it, so I know it's just a flaw of the program. Okay, so this is something I tweeted about a little bit ago here, is that, look at this. We have, for the last 10 days, been stuck inside this little range here with ONDO, and you guys know that ONDO is one of my favorite projects. It is my biggest holding in my portfolio. I wish nothing but the best for it, right? And so, that being said, this is not about any kind of FUD at all. But what we have to be looking at here is, we don't want this. We want the 4-hour. Let's go to the 4-hour. It looks a little different. Things are starting to come back downhill on the 4-hour, which, potentially, if we come down here, that sets me up. Because what did I say earlier, right? Like, remember, we're getting ready to announce an exchange partnership. We're going to start doing a lot more trading. And so the whole idea is, I would potentially like to see this thing come back down the hill, come down to touch one of these support zones. This is obviously the local one. Within the last 10 days, this was our bottom spot. This is where it's spent most of its time touching. And so you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, boom. But inside this zone, my goal right here is that over the next several days, we come into this zone right here, and this is where I get the opportunity to pick up a long and to do a low leverage long term hold on a long. That's my goal, because I feel like we've got to turn the corner very soon on many fronts, not just this one, but for many. And typically what happens when you spend this much time in a consolidation is that it's just a powder keg ready to fucking go. So I'm super bullish on Ondo. So I would like to see this thing come down in the absolute short term just to get a better entry. And then from there, let the magic happen, because that is that's the long-term play right there. All right, let's see what's going on with our chat. What's up, fam? The Web3 Breakfast Strategic Crypto Reserve. Yeah, the W3BC Strategic Reserve. That's pretty funny. We could probably come up with a different name, but can you briefly tell us what was presented at the Ondo conference? Yeah, you got to hear from a lot of people that whether they are from big investment firms, or from agencies or regulators, or in big investors, whatever it was. Like, it was all the same story of exactly what we're hearing. It's just bullish narrative, right? It was a lot of really big things coming. I know there's the big question of what's the utility of the Ondo token? Like, how big of a role is that actually going to play? Like, after hearing about all this, with the Ondo chain and global markets and all that stuff. And I think there's still a lot of things that are to be determined in how all of that works and how that plays the ultimate utility. And that stuff will come. There are a few questions that I have myself, and I instead of talking on them and speculating, I want to I feel like I've got a relationship with some of the good team members there, especially on the whole marketing time the side of it, and get a chance to have a conversation with them, and maybe get a soundbite, maybe get an interview, maybe answer some questions, and really look for where some of the where not just my questions, your questions too, and where some of these things are going. And so at the end of the day, it was a whole lot of really positive forward looking statements about where crypto is going to fit in, and how institution interest is only growing. I heard from Samara Cohen. She's the VP of something at BlackRock, and she was saying to the effect of, several years ago, she was able to buy Bitcoin. It would take her, a little more than 2 minutes on her phone to buy Bitcoin, but now she can do it for a lot faster. That Did you hear that? Like, the VP of like ETFs at BlackRock said that a couple years ago it took her a little over 2 minutes to buy Bitcoin, and now it doesn't take her that long. Like, do you see what, like, that's where we're going? It's not a crypto nerd that's not saying that. That is the VP of BlackRock, the VP of a massive department of BlackRock, said something like that. So there's a lot of big things coming. I feel like it's going to be slower than we want, to be honest with you. That was one of the main. I don't want. It's not like I'm not trying to make that a negative or anything, but one of the biggest takeaways that I got myself while I was sitting there hearing some of the stories is that this is going to take a lot longer than a lot of people think it's going to. It's not going to happen overnight, right? I think the 2030 projection is a really good one, but the whole idea of where the tokenization is going, and how all of this is being built out, especially with the product offerings that they announced, global chain and global markets, and then Ondo chain. It is going to take a while for a lot of the narratives to change, and to people to sign on board, and to like actually get the to make the change. And so anyway, that is basically in a nutshell what I learned at the Ondo conference. So primo viva, I hope that answers your question. Thank you very much for asking. Look at the weekly for Ondo, bottomed in my opinion. My guy Corey the Bull, he used to be Captain Corey Crunch, now he's Corey the Ondo Bull. You said it, the weekly. Okay, I like looking at the weekly. When in doubt, zoom out, baby. When in doubt, zoom it out. All right, let me do this and then bring you in. Kaboomski. All right. So I would think, actually, to be honest with you, Corey, I don't know if that I would say that the bottom is in on the weekly. This is flat though. That could be pointing up a little. This could be rounding bottom. We could see this thing come down a little bit more and then come up. I potentially could see this thing come down a little bit more. To be perfectly honest with you, I wouldn't necessarily like to see this 57-cent alarm get hit at all. We do have an alarm for it set, and what does it say? Why didn't it go off? What does our alarm say? Buy the fucking dip. 56 cents, man. If ONDO hits 56 cents, 57, and then into the 56, y'all better buy the dip. That's what my alarm says. I do have, and as you can see here, I do have alarms set for kind of this zone that we're in. And now this is the weekly, right? Let's zoom back in. We had this on the 4 hour. Oh, awa. So as you can see, this is the zone that we've been playing in for like the last 10 days, right? And so I've got this one pulled here at 88.75. Is this going to be the potential out breakout, or is this another short opportunity, right? We're going to see what it looks like. If we break out, potentially we go long. And if it breaks down, you could put in a short. I did a little baby short on XRP today. I got wicked stop loss in the profited out for like a little baby amount, but it was just a tiny trade. I think it was one of those ones that it got like $50 in, and so it was not a big trade. It was actually a little baby trade, and so I think it was like $1.50 or something that I ended up getting wicked in the profit out for. But it ended up not. It was one of those ones where the whole trade doesn't get picked up, so it was just a little baby trade. I thought more of it was in, so I got really excited, but no, it was like 3%. Or no, a little bit more than 3%, but whatever. All right. Corey just mostly draws dinos. I know, man. You are like the absolute best at drawing animals on the charts, and I do like that. Draw a trend line from the start of the chart on the weekly. Okay, I can do that. I can do that, Corey. You're the boss. Let's see. We could do remove 21 drawings. I'll have to reset the alarms. Hey, look at my guy, Corey. What do we have here? I'm gonna say that this has got to be that's gonna be our biggest hurdle, I think. We could see this too. So these are the first, I guess I like to call them hurdles. We can call them targets or whatever. But say we and now you gotta remember we have the short we got the potential to go below. And I'm not worried about that right now. But so, you could set like these kind of alarms, be like, okay, here's the deal. If we come down and we touch this thing, and this is not, yeah, this is actually pretty darn low. And you could say, like, okay, if this thing were to come down here and touch down here where we had this support, you could pick a 58-cent, 59-cent ONDO. I'll tell you what, man, that'd be the deal of the bull run. But I don't necessarily I don't think we'll break down. If this is our trend line since going back to February of last year, right? Yeah, February of 2024. This is about a year, a little bit over 13 month. Okay, bottom is in, baby. Let's go. We go long, long your longs. Valhalla is here. Yeah, that is kind of exciting, actually. Okay, well, Corey, Guys, give everybody give Corey a round of applause. He brought that to our attention. He'll get a gold star on the wall board this week. Congratulations to Corey. I do like that. You could also see that this is a Stegosaurus, I would assume. I believe that's what he said when he said he mostly draws dinos. This, to me, would be the tail. This is the scraggly back of that. Here is the three horns. Don't play with long necks. There you go. There's your Stegosaurus slash Triceratops, is what I meant to say, Triceratops. And they do certainly not play with longhorns and long necks. They play with longhorns. Okay. All right. What else do we got here? What else do we got here? What else do you guys want to see? Is there anything? What does Blocky say? I like this. Here we go. Maybe I'll go sideways because personally think Bitcoin is going to hit 72. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. 72. You snake. Is that? Let's see here. Let's go 72. About there. It jives with the volume profile, right? And if we got saved here, even though there's no volume here, we did wick down, but we got saved and came back up. You guys can see here the volume there on the side. The whole idea of us coming down to 72, Blocky, let's take a look from where we're at right now. That's another 15%. I mean, not out of the realm of possibility, right? I think that I would hate every second of it, but I think that it is. I mean, why not though, right? We've already broken down pretty much this entire pump. It would make sense to me that we would come down to at least try to touch this support level, get the support we need. And that would actually jive with something that I was saying months ago and just kind of, we had forgot about and moved on because, we had gone past this whole thing, but, we really haven't come back to this since was, we had said, look, we built a house on stilts. Think about Key West. Think about those houses that are on pillars, right? That's what happened right here. We've since, we spent time here, right? So we got to build this volume up and we kind of did that, in this whole area. But since we've come back down and we spent a little time in here, this is the weekly chart. We spent a little bit more time. We built the volume up a little. But the whole idea of us coming down here where we have a lot of support, a lot of volume, a lot of dollars, you can see that where that jives there. And then 15%, and then we rocket ship up maybe later in the year. It'd be good to actually see. Let's do this. So July is Q3. And it's funny, like in my mind, we were actually on AJ's show yesterday, and I said to him this morning when I got over there was, it's weird, man. We were talking about something on the show, and in my mind, I was thinking like, oh, we got to get through summer, and then we can, the fall is Q3. Well, actually, July is 43. July is Q3, and that is very interesting. How psychologically, I would think like it didn't even make sense, and I had even corrected myself during the stream and I think had said something to the effect of or even August, September would be the beginning to Q3 or whatever, and it was true. It for whatever reason overtook my entire mind. Was like we get through summer and then it's like it's its own entity and then we get on to Q3, which is really funny. But all right, let's see, let's do this. If we were to say this first week, the beginning of Q3 right there, if everybody's projecting that is going to be, our big time to shine, does it make sense for us to kind of, fuck around in here for a little bit and then, really start to pick back up once we get into Q3? I don't know. Sell in May and walk away? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What are my thoughts on Crow unburning tokens? I don't know anything about that. Let's look. Crow unburn tokens. Here we go. Crypto.com and its associated Kronos blockchain recently faced controversy after a proposal to revive 70 billion previously burned Crow tokens was approved, raising concerns among some holders and validators. Why the fuck would they remint 70 billion tokens? Who are the Crypto.com controlled validators? That seems really strange. The reminted tokens will be held in an escrow wallet, forming a Chrono strategic reserve with a 5-year lockup period. The vesting timeline will extend to 10 years, incorporating a linear vesting mechanism that distributes monthly tokens via the Cosmos SDK and the Chronos POS chain. Some Crow holders and validators expressed concerns and frustration with some calling the decision of a trail on the original burn commitment. Fuck yeah, it is. What are you, Frank? What is Crypto.com, Frank? Are you going to flip flop? Oh, that's brutal. To me, that's thanks for bringing that to my attention there. Who's that, a Marley? Oof. I did not know it. I did not heard any about this. That's no bueno, man. So burn tokens are gone forever, right? Oh man, that is wild to me. They're gonna. You got some. You got. What was that? What was that show? Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Crypto.com's got some splaining to do. How could you? Oh man, that's no good. You can't reverse the burning of 70 billion tokens. Yikes. Yowza. Yikes, yowza is what I got to say about that. I didn't know anything about that. I appreciate you letting me know. Arkham. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. All right. Well, what do you guys think? What do you think? What is next? Let's look at a few more charts. If there's anything you guys want to look at, if you want me to take a look at it, we can have some fun with. Let me know. I don't think I have any memes to look at today. I think the market was dog shit. So we'll hold off on that today. Maybe we can do some other meme hunting later next week. I know we got a couple guests next week, by the way. Let's do some house cleaning really quick. And maybe we'll just end it from there. Smash the like button if you guys would. That would be great. But all right, let's see. We have got a couple guests that I know of next week for the show. And pretty soon we are going to be doing the morning show again 5 days a week. So we'll do the morning show 5 days a week, and then we'll do the afternoon show. Might as well do it 5 days a week. So it's Monday to Friday at 9 and 4, 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. We'll do that after AJ heads to Washington. All right. So Tuesday next week, we got Army Piper. Wednesday, we got a guy named Ray. My guy Ray. We're going to be looking at the portfolio, I believe. Yep. Yeah, we're going to look at the portfolio. Ray's favorite pizza is wine, by the way. But just so you guys know, if you ever fill out the Calendly form to get on the show, the last question that I ask you is the absolute most important. What's your favorite pizza topping? All right. And then we have got on Friday. Oh, Friday is a pre-record. Maybe. I'll have to double check that and see. Meat lovers all the way. All right. There's the plan. Burn tokens are gone forever, or so we all thought. Am I right? Yeah, that's wild. So, okay. So it is Thursday. It is Thursday night. I appreciate you guys. It is the day before pizza. It is pre-pizza day. So make sure you tune in tomorrow morning, Web3 breakfast, 9 a.m. Eastern. We are back. We'll do a week in review. We'll have a fun time with that. We always have a good time with our community. I am looking forward to bringing that back. It was kind of a necessary evil to kill it, but then bring it back when we have kind of this, it's me 100% pushing my my content and what I've got to be doing for my platform. And so this is a great time to come back with it because I've missed every single one of my community members and every single one of you. So guys, make sure that you smash the like button on your way out of here. I sure do appreciate it. If there's anything that you can do to improve yourself today, remember, tomorrow is Friday. Monday, you should have set your goals. You should have set your goals. You got just a handful of hours left today, and you've got tomorrow to accomplish one of the things that you set out to do. Always be settling with, trying to accomplish at least one of your goals. Somebody had said to me once before, what you should do every day is write down your to-do list, right? Write down your entire to-do list. And then anything after number 3, completely remove it because you're not going to get to it. So set some better expectations of yourself. And if you start to actually accomplish your whole list, that will make you feel better about yourself because you are doing the things that you are, setting goals for yourself and you're accomplishing them. And that will always make you feel better about yourself. So that's it for today. I appreciate you guys. Have a prep the dough, Doug. You are right. We got to prep the dough tonight because you got to have that dough fermented for tomorrow. We have done Detroit style recently, really good. We did a hand toss deep dish, not like Chicago deep dish, but it's just a hand toss deep dish pizza last week. It was really good, a little doughy, but good. That was my fault. But we'll see what we do for this week. Maybe just a traditional pizza dough. I'm not really sure, but we do love being, home as a family on Friday nights, making our pizza and watching a family movie as we do. So in the wise words, and let me change the screen thing here really quick, man, we left it on subscribe for more all day. My apologies. Media assets, and I want to change it to this one right here. In the wise words of my show, I try to say like mascot, but I don't think that's probably the right words. My homie for life, my daughter. Mash the like button. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you.